Seren, I see your your comment in the chat and it's hilarious. Slides in early to get the good seats. Hey, Jess. Hey, no, she's right. Hey, Seren. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the Cancer Soul Session for March and what's not or whatever. I sort of kind of did a little better than I did yesterday, but not really. But I'm gonna start with you guys good old little pick your little stack, if you will. So you guys go ahead and put into the chat whether you want me to pick from the first stack or the second stack. So I'm gonna mix these up a little bit and I'm going to separate them again. I hope you guys are having a happy Tuesday. And okay, I do have my little sign up. Okay, we have 2. All right. I need to not look at my staff chat right now because okay, wait, that way. All right. So that's 1, and this is 2. So y'all put y'all 1s and y'all 2s in the chat. Let me see. So far we got 2, 1. I have to close this. I cannot deal with y'all. We have a 2. We have 2 1s. We leaning towards. Is it 1, y'all? Is it 1? We gonna go with 1? I think we gonna go with 1. Okay, I think it's 1. Mic check 1 2 1 2. I can't deal with y'all. We gonna go with 1. So let's go ahead and get started, my beautiful, beautiful humans, with you guys' overall energy to see what's going on with my beautiful Cancerians for the month of March. And I feel like this one wants to come out. Oh, this is interesting. We have fulfillment. I dig it. Attainment, accomplishment, content, peace of mind, enjoyment, nostalgia, pleasant memories. I dig this, Cancer, and this kind of I can already tell you that this is an alignment so far just with you guys overall energy from what I saw in you guys extended, because the very first card that was out for you guys in your extended was the Sun card. And I felt like this heavy, beautiful feeling where it's almost like a liberation for this month. The next card you guys have is Haystack. Hopefully, my autofocus is being a good machine a little bit. It says karma. I love synchronicities. You will reap what you have sown. Oh my goodness, that's so wonderful. Okay, next we have lobster. Ooh. We have lobster and it says financial pinch. Next card that we have here, and this is interesting where this is going. I love it. Ooh, weeping willow. Oh, autofocus just did a good job. And it says family sorrow. So I do feel with this Cancer, I still feel the extra hella good vibes that I know that are coming to you guys for sure in the month of March. There's no doubt in my mind about that. But of course, we have to look at this from 2 sides. I do feel that you guys are coming into the month of March. And if you're not feeling it already, you will before the end of it, my friend. But it's a sense of personal fulfillment. It's not necessarily about having everything in your life perfect or everything being ideal and in alignment or necessarily having everything, right? It's just being content with your present state of being. Like who you are, where you are, what you're doing is enough. You're personally fulfilled. So it's not really so much about material things. I really feel like you guys are in a place where you're just okay. Now, looking at this haystack card and you reaping what you sow, I also don't feel this in any type of negative thing. I really feel for you guys, Cancer, and those of you who have been with me for some time. That's why I was like, let me close my chat with my staff. because we've legit been hey there through the Looking Glass Tarot. How you doing, girl? But this is something we've been talking about a lot, like on the network with my staff and everything. Those of you who've been here some time, y'all have heard me say it, the whole little black cloak person on the other side of the river. It's like that time is a now. The wheel has turned, things have shifted, and it's positive for Cancer, I believe, because you reaping what you've sown is all of the times that you've poured into people or you've poured into situations and circumstances and you haven't really gotten to reap the benefits of what it is that you've been pouring into other people. I feel in the month of March you guys are going to start to see like the first fruits of a lot of what you've invested into other people, whether financially or energetically, coming back to you. But it's almost, and what I'm being told to tell you guys is you know how they say that saying, when you love something, to let it go, or how I often say, how my dad always says that a watched pot never boils. It's almost like when you guys released, like when you guys surrendered and you were like, because I almost feel like what we're coming into, and this is all channeled intuitive stuff that I'm getting y'all before we get into the tarot, but it's almost like you guys were kind of in a state of resistance for a very, very long time, right? Like it could be years, it could be months where you guys were kind of, and then my right ear is ringing, wonderful, where you guys were fighting to get somewhere or to do something or to have something. And I feel the moment that you guys released, it's like that wave of fulfillment overcame you, right? And now you're just allowing, and the things that you used to fight for, you know, prior to this, now these things are just coming to you and being laid at your feet in so many words. But with this little financial pinch, I do feel for you guys, it's kind of a snapback to 3D a little bit because with this fulfillment, there may be, you know, not paying attention as much to your finances, or you guys kind of like, you know, just chilling, you know, getting a little too comfy with things, little 9 of cups kind of vibes. But I do also feel a very specific message with this, and I look like how I'm seeing these shown to me is this kind of being offset from these two, and this kind of feels like an unexpected expense where it could potentially be, and this would be something you already know about if this applies, but it could be like the loss of a loved one, you know, or like a funeral or something along those lines where there's a level of unexpected travel. And I feel that's where that pinch would kind of come from, because it's something that's kind of unexpected, but it's not going to be like shock, like unexpected, if that's making sense. So let's go ahead and hop into, hey, Kamisha. Let's go ahead and hop into you guys' cards and see what's going on for the month of March for my Cancerians. Let's see. Ooh. All right. First card out, we have the Four of Pentacles. And my heads up to you, Cancer, is don't give in to fear, whether that's with your physical finances or it's with yourself. I feel the thing that's going to be important for you guys this month is maintaining a state of balance. Because, of course, you guys know whenever I see the Four of Pentacles, it's like a hoardy kind of energy. And I look at it more of like energetic hoarding. But I feel that it's almost like, okay, what I just heard my guides say is I'm trying to protect my peace. And more power to you, Cancer. Most certainly protect your peace, but make sure that you maintain a sense of stasis with that, because you don't want to get too much into this energy where it's not combated with a giving and receiving, because it's more or less coming to a place of seeing a sense of value with your peace, trying to protect your peace, which is definitely a good thing. But we don't want to step into an energy to where we're like cutting everyone out. So it's kind of like finding that middle ground, if you will. And so the same if we're talking about finances, like say if you guys kind of, you know, got your finances back in order, things, you know, weren't too copacetic leading up until now, and now there's a fear of spending money or spending too much. And notice that I said fear because you don't want to be coming from a place of fear, because that's what's going to end up getting you into a state of an imbalance, if you will. The next card that we have, this has been stalking the entire collective in the month of March. The Two of Wands in the reverse. So there's something that needs to be let go here in the month of March, my wonderful Cancerians. And I feel the thing that needs to be sacrificed and let go of is very much intricately aligned to this Four of Pentacles kind of mentality, because how it's being shown to me is this energetic hoarding. For some of you, it may even be a literal level of physical hoarding. And not saying that you're living in a hoarded out house or anything, but saying that there's possessions or things that you may be holding on to that are of sentimental value, and it's kind of holding on to those things, and those things are representative of an energy signature, especially, and this is now about to become a whole thing, especially if you're still in possession of things from people who you don't fool with no more. So, like, say if it's like an ex friend, ex boyfriend, whatever the case, if ever you're in possession of something that's, not just given as a gift, but I mean like literally somebody's favorite sweatshirt that they left at your house, and you and this person aren't jiving anymore, it's not really good to hold on to stuff like that, because it's a physical symbol of an energetic cord with this person. So if this person's thoughts or feelings about you are less than stellar, it's kind of having an open door, having your back door cracked to where this energy could come in. So that's a little side message for somebody out there. So if y'all got things belonging to y'all exes and things in your house, just go ahead and throw that out. You know what I'm saying? But I feel this more in an energetic sense, because it's something, it's a way of being, a way of perceiving, a way of behaving in relation to people. And I don't want to be stereotypical, but it feels very Cancerian because I'm seeing like the little crab walking sideways. You know what I mean? And it's wanting to protect your inner sanctum, like those soft parts of yourself. And that's completely understandable. But I have to stress that there has to be a balance with that, because it's not letting anyone in at all isn't behooving you. And, not letting yourself come out isn't behooving you either. But I have to stress just the balance. It's not saying that you got to, like, open up your soul to people and things of the sort. But with this Two of Wands in the reverse, finding that balance is something that's really going to push you guys into what it is that you're hoping for moving forward. And like I said, the space that you guys are in coming into this month is a good space, but just like everyone else, and the fact that I just stopped and this is in my hand, but the fact that everyone in the collective is coming to this collective crossroads, and we're making decisions in reference to the energy signature we want to stand in moving forward, right? For you guys, it's one of balance. I feel like you've learned what it's like to have yourself taken advantage of. And oh gosh, they're telling me something else. Gotta love this Cancer. I'm treading lightly in your energy. So the other thing that they brought me back to is this whole karma thing, right? So why this is coming out, and I'm gonna make it super simple. Why this balance is important and why it is that you guys need to take this stance is because if we were to go back to the whole cause and effect, reaping what you sow type of thing, you don't want to sow seeds of discord with this Four of Pentacles in its shadow aspects, if that's making sense, right? So you want to protect your peace, yes, but you don't want to protect your peace to an extreme. So what you guys are doing already in fulfillment, with you guys already having stepped into a way of beingness, like a state of being within yourself, that's something that you've mastered. I feel what you're learning this month, or what you're putting into practice this month, is bringing that peace within to the without within reason, if that's making sense. So it's not about putting yourself in danger. It's not about letting the wrong kind of people back into your space. It's about you learning how to be peace everywhere that you go, even if you're around people, if that's making sense. Oh, well, hello. It's exactly what I was saying. Hello, Temperance card and Sagittarius energy. That's exactly it, dude. This is you taking what you, it's so funny. I just kept saying balance and then we had the Temperance. It's just hilarious. But anyway, it's taking what it is that you've mastered in the within, and you're taking it to the without for you to literally, in the bigger scheme of things, be balanced, to transcend this particular timeline. Because I feel for you guys, Cancer, y'all are wrapping up an epic karmic cycle. When I say epic karmic cycle, I am not joking. I am not being extra. This is a huge karmic cycle that's wrapping up for you guys. It's being in this homeostatic pattern that you guys have been in for a long time, and it's almost y'all snapping out of it. And the most unlikely way out of it was just maintaining your peace. But now this is the other side of the journey. So it's bringing that within to the without. For you guys to be the epitome or an example, and I don't even know if this matters to you, Cancer, unless you guys are like leaders or teachers or mentors or something in that sense. But it's like another thing I'm being told in reference to this is like you guys are intended, like your life being your message in so many words, if that's making sense. It's like now this is about to become a whole thing, Cancer, and I love you for it. It's almost like you guys have been through some shit. I'm just gonna say it, buku shit, like really jacked up shit, like a lot of heavy stuff. But and I feel I have to say it this way. I don't know if it matters to any of you at present. For some of you, it will. For others of you, it may not matter until later on. But all of the stuff that you've been through, and I'm seeing it almost like this isn't just like a couple of months of stuff, Cancer. And this, of course, this is the thing that came up before. Like y'all, when the last couple of months, ever since 2021, y'all who've been here, y'all remember how I was saying the whole thing about y'all with your eye infection and stuff like that? This is like that whole journey that y'all went through is almost gonna become like a testimony this month, if I could say it that way. And it's like all of the things that you guys have been through up to this point, and I'm really feeling it's really hard stuff. Like this is not no patty cake type of like, oh, they broke up with me, broke my heart type of stuff. It's like this is literally like a point in your life, Cancer, that you're gonna remember for the rest of your life. Like the month of March, every Cancer is going to remember this month for the rest of your life. Because like this is the month that everything came full circle to where you got it. Where it's like suddenly every terrible thing, every pitfall, every disappointment, every backstab, every betrayal, every struggle, every hurdle, every mountain you had to climb is suddenly going to make sense. And the purpose of that is you learning something greater about yourself to where you guys are now ascending to a higher state of being, to where you're ascending to your rightful pedestal that you should have been on, or you may have felt that you should have been on, for you to finally be recognized for everything that people have overlooked, for all of the things that, that you've done that have gone unseen. But the biggest testament about it is the fact that it's your testimony and how many people are going to be touched and changed and altered by your life message. And it's not about you necessarily standing up and, giving a speech or writing a book. It's not necessarily about that. It's just people who've watched you maneuver, people who have been watching you that you didn't even know were watching you, right? It's like you keeping your head up and continuing to fight despite all of the opposition and all of the struggle. It'll make sense because it's almost like you're finally getting your flowers in a sense, if that makes sense. It makes me a little emotional thinking about it. Dagnabbit, son of a gun. The next card that you guys have is the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. With that falling under this Four of Pentacles, dude, that's exactly the vibe I'm feeling. This is my forewarning for you guys that isn't like a creepy, scary forewarning. I look at this pentacle that you guys are trying to protect. It's literally protect your peace, protect yourself. But the thing that you need to know is that you are protected, right? You are protected. And it's like you have to stand firm on that. You have to trust that, and you have to know that, because it's a fear-based energy that's making you feel that you have to like, oh, I have to, watch over my poor little pentacle and things. But you need to know that God has your back in the bigger scheme of things, dude. Like all of this is within divine order. Even though if it didn't feel like, if it didn't seem like it, it's like you're finally seeing the worth and value in what it is that you have, like just your own, inner sanctum, just yourself. Because I don't feel this has anything to do with 3D stuff, dude. But it's just like your own inner sanctum of self, right? You're seeing the value in that, and you want to protect your peace at all costs, understandable, but don't be like that with your creator. Thank you, spirit. That's how it should be said. Don't be like that with your creator. I can understand feeling that humans are sus because buku humans be sus, Cancer. I feel you on that. You know what I'm saying? But don't be like that with your creator. Like, know that spirit has your back. And granted, you have been through a lot, but this like solo dolo kind of mentality, if I don't figure this out, no one else is going to help me. Like, I got to do this on my own by myself, no pillowcase. Ain't nobody write me. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that anymore. A lot of you have beautiful humans that are in your space that are telling you that you don't have to do that anymore. But I feel wholeheartedly for the whole Cancerian collective, it's you have okay, and I'm hearing my own words in my head. This is hilarious. You've been fighting this battle alone because no one told you that the war was already won, right? Like, you've already overcome the world. And a lot of the struggles that many of us in the collective have been through is because many of us are just awakening to that fact that we've already overcome the world. We're fighting battles and the war is already won. You feel me? I hope that makes sense. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Farron. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But dude, that's the truth though, man. It's like we've all been fighting battles and the war has already been won. And I feel like for the entire collective, dude, like anyone who's listening to this, whether you have Cancer in your chart or not, I feel like that's what God's been trying to tell us for a long time. And we've been missing the memo. Like, the reason why there's been all of these trip ups and all of this, like, unrest and conflicts and wrong people in our lives and hitting brick walls and things not panning out is we didn't know that the war was won, dog, and we still fighting. What is we really fighting for? You feel what I'm saying? Aw, thank you, zealous one, for the super sticker. I love you guys. Next card we have is the Ace of Wands in the reverse. That's interesting. That came out in Gemini's extended. So, dude, here's the thing. This is your forewarning. Again, my wonderful Cancerian that I love. Okay. If you think about, if I were to put a candle, I'm going to be very literal with this. If I were to put a candle into a jar and I were to cover that jar, what would happen to that candle? It would go out, right? Because fire needs oxygen. That's exactly why we're talking about this. The Four of Pentacles and why this Ace of Wands is in reverse. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get into this Four of Pentacles energy, that's a stagnant energy, it's proverbially a lack of oxygen to this flame. This flame needs to be fanned. It needs to get oxygen. It needs to breathe so that it can grow. Now, what is this flame? It's the all-consuming fire of your heart. It's your divine inspiration. It's your call, right? It's the only one that we are required to carry in this life. You know what I mean? It's your life force energy. It's your passion. It's your desire. It's your reason for being. And it's completely understandable how one would want to protect this. But once again, like I just said with that wonderful channeled message I just gave you guys, this is all about you sharing your light with the world, right? I understand wanting to keep it safe, but we got to keep it temperance. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep it balanced, because if we end up overshadowing and crowding your light, you snuff out your own light, And now it's time for you, your soul's set on fire. It's time for you to share that light with the rest of the world, dude. And I have to stress, it doesn't have to be with a particular job title or some, like great ginormous kind of creative venture. It doesn't have to be if you don't want it to be. It's just simply about you gracing our presence and blessing the world with you, like fully authentically you, without any chains, without any bondage. It's like getting people to see that beautiful little Krabby Patty meaty essence that lies under that shell, Cancer. You know what I'm saying? So it's you guys like coming out in a sense, but you want to make sure that you maintain this stasis this month. And I'm going to let you know what your sign is going to be. Whenever fear is provoked in you, like to where you'll want to act on something or an idea comes up, if fear is instantly provoked, I want you to use the technique that I use all the time in my own personal life, which is, what would you do if you weren't afraid? If you were not afraid, what would you do? How would you handle that? What would you say? Where would you go? Right? So, this entire month, anytime fear comes up, fear is going to be like your trigger thing this month. So, and I'm not saying trigger like you being triggered, but I mean, like, that's your sign that you're coming out of your temperance state. Is whenever fear rises up and you give into it, it's like the battle you guys are going to be in this month is with yourself. It's not like a real battle, but it's really like challenging yourself, strengthening your spiritual muscles. Anytime fear comes up, you speak to that fear. What would I do if I wasn't afraid? Right? Even if it's speaking to your inner child, and your inner child is like, I wouldn't do that. Right? It's like, we don't know them people. Should we really go to that party? We don't know them people. Right? And it's like, well, why shouldn't we go? Because something bad might happen. Okay, but what if it doesn't? You know what I mean? I need to make a video on that whole technique to help you guys do it. I might literally do that this month, but whatever the case, whenever fear is brought up for you guys, make sure that you speak to it and you question it, because that's how you get back into your God space, in so many words. And practicing this for this month, Cancer. And I have to say, y'all, I'm just so freaking proud of y'all, Cancer. Like, can I just say it? Because, like, dude, every single reading I've done for you guys, I think this started in like August, like July or August of 2021. And like every month it was kind of the same thing where and I said it one time for Cancer, it was you can't counsel the counselor. Cause y'all were like the person, the group I was connecting with, y'all were the person everybody went to for answers. And it was just like, you can't counsel the counselor. You know what I mean? But to see from that dude, like, that's what makes me feel emotional. To see y'all come from that far to like this is huge, because y'all literally just said like F it. Like, all that resistance, all that fighting, I don't want it no more. Like, F it. Like, I will let it all go. I don't care. I just want my peace. And to see you guys come that far, I have to give y'all props on that. Like, look, your girl Marlo is giving y'all flowers. You understand what I'm saying? Because you freaking deserve it. I kid you not. Y'all really do. I'm hella proud of y'all. So I'm gonna get one more card for you guys before I let y'all go, because y'all know I gotta go hop over to my Gemini stream. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what else we got for my Cancer spirit. One more card. Oh, well, hallelujah. Oh man, this is like the story Seren the Healer always tells me. It's the Ace of Pentacles. Seren always tells me whenever like I get kind of like discouraged about something, she always tells me this story about this picture I saw many years ago. And I even think one of my members, Anna, had shared the little picture with me before. It's this little girl who has like this tattered teddy bear, right? And it's like falling apart. And Jesus is like kneeling down and sticking his hands out and it's like, give me the bear, right? And the little girl's like, but this is my bear. Even though he's falling apart, he ain't got no arms and no eyes, but it's my bear, right? And she doesn't know that behind Jesus's back, there's another brand new bear. So it's like, that's exactly what I saw when I saw this. It's like, this is about you guys taking a chance. It's like the ultimate like surrender, but it's not to other people, dude. This is between you and your creator. I kid you not. You know what I'm saying? So if this pinnacle that you're starting out with, right, with this page of pentacles in the reverse, that you trying to protect your peace and things, right? You hiding it and covering it and shielding it is out of fear, because it's the fear of not having. That's what the whole hoarding energy is about. It's like we hold on to things out of a fear of not having those things, right? Now, if you have the divine behind the divine's proverbial back, because the divine don't have no back, but behind God's proverbial back, right? There's a pinnacle that's for you, but the only energy exchange that you're doing this month is having enough faith to sacrifice this, like to give it up, right? And you're gonna get that back tenfold, man. But all this is an energetic stance. because there's already a teddy bear behind the back of the divine. You feel what I'm saying? So I hope that that makes sense, Cancer. I love you guys' freaking faces. Thank you for wetting up my tear ducts and things. You know what I'm saying? I think you guys are going to have an amazing month. And I thank all of you for being here. I thank everyone who gave me super chats and super stickers. I sincerely appreciate all of you. And I'm going over to my next live stream where we're going to do the soul session for Gemini. So if you have that in your chart or you want to come be nosy, go ahead on and follow me on over there, my sweet, precious Cancerians. But until the next time, I love your face. And I will see you guys sooner than later, my friends.